The arid lands of Burkina Faso, a nation etched with the scars of history, bear witness to a persistent struggle for progress. For decades, this West African nation has grappled with cyclical poverty, political instability, and a stark lack of essential infrastructure. The yearning for development resonates deeply within its people, a desire fueled by the relentless pursuit of a brighter future. This is the backdrop against which the leadership of President Ibrahim Traoré emerged, a figure whose approach to governance stands in stark contrast to conventional narratives. His ascension to power marked a turning point, a moment where the nation's trajectory seemed poised for a decisive shift. President Traoré, known for his pragmatic and decisive leadership style, inherited a nation grappling with multifaceted challenges. The existing infrastructure, particularly within the crucial sectors of healthcare and education, was woefully inadequate. Hospitals lacked essential equipment and qualified personnel, while schools struggled to accommodate the burgeoning population. This critical shortage of resources directly impacted the well-being and future prospects of Burkina Faso's citizens. The nation stood at a crossroads, a pivotal moment that demanded a courageous and far-sighted approach to national development. It was during this period of profound need that an unprecedented opportunity presented itself, one that would test the mettle of President Traoré's leadership and define his legacy. An offer of substantial financial aid, a lifeline for a struggling nation, arrived from an unexpected source. But the terms of this generous offer would force President Traoré to make a choice, a decision that would resonate far beyond the borders of Burkina Faso and illuminate the true meaning of national prioritization. This is the story of a nation's choice, a testament to the transformative power of bold leadership and a journey towards a self-determined future. The tale begins with a single, momentous decision, a decision that would shape the destiny of Burkina Faso for generations to come. Into this landscape of pressing needs arrived an offer of unprecedented scale and generosity. The King of Qatar, extending a hand of friendship and support, proposed a substantial financial package designed to bolster Burkina Faso's economic development. This was not merely a gesture of goodwill. It represented a significant opportunity to address the nation's critical infrastructure deficit. The magnitude of the offer was breathtaking, promising a transformative impact on the lives of millions. However, embedded within the generosity of the Qatari proposal lay a subtle yet significant expectation, a common thread in many such aid agreements. The initial discussions hinted at a prioritization of projects that aligned with certain cultural and religious norms. The construction of numerous mosques, grand symbols of faith and community, was presented as a central component of the development plan. This was not an unreasonable request, given the prevalence of Islam in Burkina Faso, but it was a proposal that President Traoré would scrutinize with the keen eye of a leader prioritizing his nation's immediate needs. The reaction within the Burkinabe government was predictably mixed. Some officials, swayed by the allure of such substantial funding and the potential for political capital, leaned towards accepting the proposal without significant alterations. They saw the construction of mosques as a politically expedient move, a gesture of appeasement that would secure the generous Qatari investment. Others, however, sensed a potential imbalance, a subtle shift of priorities away from the urgent needs of healthcare and education. These dissenting voices, though perhaps less vocal initially, reflected a deep-seated concern about the long-term consequences of prioritizing religious infrastructure over essential services. The air within the government was thick with tension as the nation's leaders grappled with this momentous decision, a crossroads that would determine the future course of Burkina Faso's development. The weight of this choice fell squarely upon the shoulders of President Traoré, a leader confronted with a delicate balance between accepting crucial aid and adhering to his vision for his nation. President Traoré, faced with this critical juncture, made a decision that surprised many, both within his own government and internationally. He rejected the initial proposal, opting instead for a radical shift in priorities. His decision was not born of disrespect for religious institutions or a disregard for cultural sensitivities, but rather from a profound understanding of his nation's most pressing needs. He recognized that while the symbolic importance of mosques was undeniable, the immediate and long-term benefits of improved healthcare and education far outweighed the immediate construction of religious structures. His reasoning was both pragmatic and visionary. He argued that investing in hospitals and schools would yield a far greater return on investment, not just in terms of economic growth, but also in terms of human capital. A healthy population, equipped with the knowledge and skills to participate fully in the economy, would be far better positioned to drive sustainable development than a population burdened by preventable illnesses and a lack of educational opportunities. Traoré's vision extended beyond the immediate tangible benefits. He saw the potential for a ripple effect, a virtuous cycle of improved health and education leading to increased productivity, economic growth, and ultimately, a stronger and more resilient nation. This decision was not without risk. Rejecting a substantial sum of money, especially in a nation grappling with economic hardship, required immense courage and conviction. It demonstrated a commitment to national self-determination that transcended political expediency. Traoré's bold move challenged conventional wisdom, rejecting the often accepted narrative that foreign aid must come with specific conditions that might not entirely align with a nation's unique circumstances. His leadership in this instance serves as a powerful example of prioritizing long-term sustainable development over short-term gains, a testament to his unwavering belief in the potential of his people. His decision was a powerful declaration. The true wealth of a nation lies not in its religious monuments alone, but in the health and education of its citizens. The ensuing negotiations were a delicate dance, a diplomatic tightrope walk requiring both firmness and finesse. President Traoré, armed with a meticulously crafted plan and a compelling vision, engaged the Qatari delegation in a series of discussions that would test the limits of diplomatic persuasion. He faced the formidable challenge of not only justifying his unconventional prioritization, but also of securing the crucial funding necessary to implement his ambitious plans. The task before him was multifaceted. He needed to convince the Qatari representatives of the long-term strategic value of his proposed plan, demonstrating that investing in healthcare and education was not merely a rejection of religious construction, but a strategic investment in Burkina Faso's human capital. This required a deep understanding of the Qatari perspective, a sensitivity to their cultural norms, and a skillful articulation of Burkina Faso's unique needs and circumstances. President Traoré's approach was marked by his profound respect for the Qatari delegation, coupled with an unwavering commitment to his own vision. He skillfully presented data demonstrating the dire state of Burkina Faso's healthcare and educational infrastructure, showcasing the transformative potential of his proposed investments. He emphasized that a healthy and educated populace would contribute significantly to the nation's long-term economic prosperity, ultimately benefiting not only Burkina Faso, but also fostering stronger bilateral relations. His persuasive skills, combined with his strategic thinking, proved instrumental in navigating this complex negotiation. He successfully reframed the conversation, shifting the focus from symbolic religious construction to the tangible, measurable benefits of human development. The outcome of this diplomatic endeavor would serve as a powerful testament to the power of reasoned argument and the ability of a determined leader to secure the future of his nation. The conclusion of the negotiations marked a significant victory, not just for Burkina Faso, but for the principle of pragmatic international collaboration. The King of Qatar, impressed by President Traoré's unwavering commitment to his people and the compelling logic of his proposed plan, agreed to fund the prioritized projects. This was not merely a financial agreement. It represented a paradigm shift in the traditional approach to foreign aid. It acknowledged the importance of aligning development initiatives with the specific needs and priorities of the recipient nation, rather than imposing predetermined agendas. The agreement to fund the construction of hospitals and schools, rather than mosques, signified a profound understanding of Burkina Faso's unique circumstances and a recognition of the transformative potential of human capital development. It showcased the power of a well-articulated vision, a testament to President Traoré's ability to persuasively communicate the long-term strategic benefits of his plan. This outcome stood as a powerful counterpoint to the often criticized practice of attaching conditions to foreign aid that may not always align with the recipient nation's needs. The significance of this agreement cannot be overstated. It demonstrated the possibility of genuine partnership between nations, built on mutual respect and a shared commitment to sustainable development. It provided a compelling example for future international collaborations, highlighting the importance of prioritizing the specific needs of each nation and fostering a collaborative approach that empowers recipient countries to chart their own paths toward progress. This agreement was not simply a financial transaction. It was a testament to the power of vision, diplomacy, and a steadfast commitment to the well-being of the people of Burkina Faso. It represented a new dawn in international cooperation, one built on principles of mutual respect, shared understanding, and a commitment to sustainable and equitable progress. President Traoré's triumphant return to Burkina Faso was far from a celebratory homecoming. While the agreement with Qatar represented a monumental victory on the international stage, the path to implementation was fraught with challenges. He was met not with universal acclaim, but with a complex web of bureaucratic hurdles, political opposition, and the potential for widespread protests. The domestic landscape proved to be a far more formidable adversary than the diplomatic negotiations in Qatar. The decision to prioritize hospitals and schools over mosques, while strategically sound, had stirred significant opposition within the country. Bureaucratic inertia, a common obstacle to progress in many developing nations, threatened to bog down the implementation process. Existing systems and entrenched interests presented significant obstacles to the swift and efficient allocation of funds. Furthermore, political factions, each with their own agendas and priorities, sought to influence the direction of the development projects, creating a complex political landscape that required careful navigation. Beyond the political maneuvering, the potential for protests from religious groups loomed large. While President Traoré's decision was rooted in a pragmatic assessment of national needs, it was interpreted by some as a slight against religious institutions. The possibility of large-scale demonstrations and public unrest added another layer of complexity to the already challenging task of implementing the ambitious development plan. Traoré faced a monumental task, not only securing the necessary resources, but also navigating the intricate and often conflicting demands of various factions within his own country. The journey from securing foreign aid to its successful implementation proved to be a far more intricate and challenging undertaking than anticipated. Faced with mounting opposition, President Traoré initiated a multifaceted strategy to address the concerns of his people. He understood that effective communication was crucial to navigate the turbulent waters of public discourse. He embarked on a series of town hall meetings, engaging directly with citizens from all walks of life, patiently explaining the rationale behind his decision. He emphasized that his prioritization of healthcare and education was not a rejection of religious values, but rather a strategic investment in the long-term well-being of the nation. He skillfully articulated the interconnectedness of a healthy population, a robust education system, and a thriving economy, highlighting how these factors would ultimately benefit all citizens, regardless of their religious affiliations. Recognizing the need for compromise, President Traoré initiated dialogues with religious leaders and community representatives. He acknowledged their concerns and sought common ground, emphasizing that the development projects were not mutually exclusive with religious initiatives. He proposed a phased approach that would allow for the eventual construction of mosques alongside the prioritized healthcare and educational infrastructure. This approach demonstrated his commitment to inclusivity and his willingness to find common ground, mitigating the risk of widespread protests and fostering a sense of unity among diverse groups. His leadership in navigating these conflicting interests was remarkable. He demonstrated an ability to listen, understand, and address the concerns of various factions without compromising his core vision. He effectively used his communication skills to build consensus, fostering a sense of shared purpose and collective responsibility for the future of Burkina Faso. His willingness to engage in dialogue, compromise, and explain his vision clearly to the public showcased his exceptional leadership skills and laid the groundwork for a more unified and prosperous future. The implementation of the ambitious infrastructure projects coincided with a period of significant economic hardship in Burkina Faso. Existing economic vulnerabilities were exacerbated by various factors, creating a challenging environment for the nation's development efforts. Rising inflation, coupled with fluctuations in global commodity prices, impacted the cost of essential goods and services, placing a strain on the already fragile economy. These economic pressures tested the resilience of the people and the government's commitment to its development vision. Despite these difficulties, the government remained steadfast in its pursuit of progress. President Traoré and his administration implemented measures to mitigate the economic impact on the population, including targeted subsidies for essential goods and social welfare programs designed to support vulnerable families. These measures, while not completely eliminating the hardships, provided crucial support to those most affected by the economic downturn. The resilience of the Burkina Faso people proved to be a critical factor in overcoming these challenges. Faced with economic adversity, the spirit of community and collective effort shone brightly. Citizens demonstrated remarkable perseverance and a commitment to the long-term vision of national development, understanding that the investments in healthcare and education would ultimately contribute to a more prosperous and stable future. This collective resilience, combined with the government's efforts to provide support and maintain momentum on the infrastructure projects, ensure that the nation's development trajectory remained largely on course, despite the significant economic headwinds. This period served as a powerful testament to the enduring spirit of the Burkina Faso people and their unwavering faith in their nation's future. At the heart of President Traoré's leadership is a profound vision for Burkina Faso, a nation defined by self-sufficiency and sustainable development. This vision transcends mere economic growth. It encompasses the holistic well-being of the Burkinabe people, recognizing that true progress requires a foundation of health, education, and empowerment. The prioritization of hospitals and schools is not merely a pragmatic choice. It is a cornerstone of this comprehensive vision. Traoré understands that a healthy population is a productive population. By investing heavily in healthcare infrastructure, he aims to improve access to quality medical services, reduce preventable diseases, and increase life expectancy. A healthy populace is better equipped to contribute to the nation's economic growth and social progress. Similarly, the emphasis on education is not simply about literacy. It is about empowering citizens with the knowledge and skills necessary to thrive in a modern, competitive world. An educated populace is more likely to innovate, create, and contribute to a dynamic and self-reliant economy. These investments in human capital are not merely short-term solutions. They're long-term strategies designed to build a sustainable and self-sufficient nation. By fostering a healthy and educated populace, Burkina Faso will be better positioned to overcome future challenges, attract foreign investment, and create a more equitable and prosperous society for all its citizens. Traoré's vision is not simply about building hospitals and schools. It is about building a nation capable of achieving lasting prosperity and securing a brighter future for generations to come. His leadership underscores the transformative power of prioritizing human development as the foundation for national progress. The transformation of Burkina Faso's landscape is tangible and readily observable. New hospitals, equipped with modern facilities and staffed by trained medical professionals, are now serving communities previously underserved. In the rural district of Ouahigouya, for example, the newly constructed regional hospital has seen a 40% increase in patient admissions, a testament to improved access to healthcare. This translates into fewer preventable deaths, healthier families, and a more productive workforce. Simultaneously, the construction of new schools is dramatically improving access to quality education. In the capital city of Ouagadougou, 3 new primary schools have opened their doors, enrolling over 1,500 children who previously lacked access to formal education. These schools are equipped with modern learning materials and employ qualified teachers, ensuring that children receive a quality education that prepares them for future success. Early reports indicate a significant improvement in literacy rates among children in these areas. The government's commitment to transparency and accountability is evident in the meticulous record-keeping and public reporting of the project's progress. Regular updates are provided to the public, outlining expenditures, milestones achieved, and future plans. This commitment to transparency fosters public trust and ensures that the benefits of these investments are felt across all sectors of society. The success of these projects underscores the transformative power of strategic investment in human capital and the positive impact it can have on the lives of ordinary citizens. The tangible results serve as a powerful symbol of hope and progress for the nation. The impact of President Traoré's leadership extends far beyond the bricks and mortar of hospitals and schools. It resonates deeply within the hearts and minds of the Burkinabe people. A renewed sense of hope and optimism is palpable across the nation. The tangible improvements in healthcare and education are fostering a sense of collective pride and shared purpose. Citizens, once burdened by despair and uncertainty, are now looking towards the future with renewed confidence. The improved access to healthcare has not only reduced illness and suffering, but has also empowered individuals and families. The ability to access quality medical care provides a sense of security and stability, allowing families to focus on their livelihoods and the well-being of their children. This improved stability is contributing to a decline in social unrest and a rise in community engagement. Similarly, the expansion of educational opportunities is transforming the lives of countless children and young adults. The opportunity to receive a quality education instills hope for a brighter future, fostering ambition and a desire for self-improvement. This renewed sense of possibility is empowering young people to pursue their dreams and contribute to the nation's development. The increased literacy rates and improved skills development are creating a more dynamic and productive workforce, laying the foundation for sustainable economic growth. The transformation of Burkina Faso is not merely a story of infrastructure development. It is a story of renewed hope, resilience, and the unwavering belief in a brighter future. The improved healthcare and education infrastructure is not merely about addressing immediate needs. It is a strategic investment in Burkina Faso's long-term independence and self-reliance. By prioritizing human capital, President Traoré is breaking the cycle of dependence on foreign aid and fostering a path toward sustainable development. A healthy and educated populace is a productive populace, capable of driving economic growth and innovation. This investment in human capital translates into a more skilled and productive workforce, attracting foreign investment and fostering entrepreneurship. A healthy and educated population is less reliant on external assistance, capable of generating its own wealth and contributing to the nation's economic prosperity. This self-sufficiency reduces vulnerability to external shocks and enhances Burkina Faso's resilience in the face of global challenges. Furthermore, the focus on education empowers citizens to actively participate in the nation's governance and development. An informed and educated populace is better equipped to hold its leaders accountable and advocate for its own needs. This fosters a more participatory and democratic society, further strengthening the nation's independence and self-determination. The long-term vision of President Traoré is not just about building hospitals and schools. It is about building a nation capable of governing itself, sustaining its own development, and securing its own future. This is the true essence of national independence, a future built on the strength and resilience of its people. The Burkina Faso-Qatar partnership represents a significant departure from traditional models of international cooperation. It stands as a testament to the potential for mutually beneficial partnerships built on shared priorities and mutual respect, rather than on imposed agendas or conditional aid. The long-term implications of this partnership are profound, potentially reshaping the landscape of international development. By prioritizing the needs of the recipient nation, the partnership sets a new precedent for foreign aid. It demonstrates that genuine development is not about imposing external values or pursuing short-term gains, but about empowering nations to chart their own course towards sustainable progress. This model fosters true partnership, where both nations benefit from the collaboration. Qatar gains the satisfaction of contributing to meaningful and lasting development, while Burkina Faso gains the resources and support necessary to achieve its own development goals. This partnership holds the potential to inspire similar collaborations across the globe. It offers a compelling alternative to aid programs that often perpetuate dependency, undermining the self-determination of recipient nations. The emphasis on sustainable development, focusing on human capital and long-term capacity building, is a key element of this new model. This innovative approach to international cooperation signifies a shift from transactional relationships to enduring partnerships built on mutual respect and a shared pursuit of sustainable progress. It is a model that prioritizes the empowerment of nations, fostering self-reliance and genuine progress for all involved. While the progress made in Burkina Faso under President Traoré's leadership is undeniably significant, challenges remain. Sustained economic growth is crucial to consolidate these gains and ensure the long-term viability of the nation's development initiatives. Maintaining political stability and fostering inclusive governance are paramount to ensuring that the benefits of development reach all segments of society. Corruption remains a persistent threat, hindering efficient resource allocation and undermining public trust. Addressing these challenges requires a sustained commitment to good governance, transparency, and accountability. Strengthening institutions and promoting the rule of law are essential to creating a stable and predictable environment for investment and economic growth. Furthermore, continued investment in education and healthcare is vital to ensuring that the gains made are not only sustained but also expanded upon. The development of a skilled and healthy workforce is fundamental to building a prosperous and self-reliant Burkina Faso. Despite these challenges, the opportunities for continued progress are abundant. The renewed sense of hope and optimism among the Burkinabe people provides a powerful impetus for change. The successful partnership with Qatar demonstrates the potential for mutually beneficial international collaborations. By building upon these foundations, and by continuing to prioritize human development and good governance, Burkina Faso can continue its journey towards a brighter and more prosperous future. The path ahead may be challenging, but the potential for lasting progress is undeniable. The story of President Ibrahim Traoré's leadership in Burkina Faso serves as a powerful testament to the transformative potential of prioritizing human development. His decision to prioritize hospitals and schools over mosques, a seemingly simple choice, represents a profound shift in perspective, one that prioritizes the immediate and long-term well-being of his people above all else. This bold decision, met with both internal and external challenges, ultimately paved the way for a new model of international cooperation and a revitalized Burkina Faso. Traoré's legacy extends beyond the construction of physical infrastructure. He has instilled a renewed sense of hope and self-reliance within his nation. His leadership demonstrates the power of visionary thinking, strategic negotiation, and unwavering commitment to the well-being of one's people. The Burkina Faso-Qatar partnership stands as a beacon, illustrating the possibility of collaborative development built on mutual respect and shared priorities, rather than conditional aid and imposed agendas. The success of Burkina Faso's journey is not solely dependent on the government's efforts, but also on the continued commitment of its citizens. The nation's future hinges on sustained investments in education and healthcare, fostering an empowered citizenry capable of driving economic growth and securing the nation's progress. Traoré's story offers a potent message. The true measure of a nation's success lies not in the grandeur of its structures, but in the well-being of its people. It is a call for global leaders to prioritize human development, recognizing its profound impact on the stability, prosperity, and overall well-being of nations worldwide. Let us all be inspired by this narrative of prioritizing human potential.